Hey beautiful people, how's it hanging? Dr. Mike is back again, once again, with another classic video for you guys today. If this is your first time watching a Dr. Mike TV video, by all means, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you check out the ebooks in the description area below, email, Facebook, IG, everything. Link in the description area below. And without further ado, I definitely want to go ahead and jump into this video because I think this is something that, interests me. It's just an interesting video, guys. Nothing, nothing other than that. Maybe informational to some, maybe to none. But this is something that I definitely want to talk about. Davao City has definitely become Little India. Alright, let me repeat. Davao City has definitely become Little India. Now, let me explain what that means further so that you guys can understand my thought process behind how I came to this particular conclusion. Now, when I go to every area here in the Philippines, in Manila, Cebu, here in Davao more specifically, I like to know what is the second most common foreigner in the country. Of course, in every area, first is always going to be the locals, Filipinos, of course, but in every area, what is the second most dominant, race or dominant culture or group of individuals in that particular area? In Cebu, it's Korean. I've seen that, and I've had people tell me that it's Korean. And here in Manila, it's hard to tell. I don't know off the top of my head what it would be because Manila is definitely one huge melting pot. But in Davao, over the last few years, it's become Indians or individuals from India. And, I was always wondering why. I never understood why until I talked to a couple of them myself. I just asked them, I was like, you guys are here. I said, I didn't say you guys like that, but I'm saying, though, I asked a couple, I was like, why did you guys come here? Like, why did you guys choose to study here? No different than me being the foreigner. A lot of people ask, oh, you could have studied at any of the universities in the United States. You could have been anywhere in the world. Why would you choose to study in the Philippines, right? You get that question a lot. Like, I answer that question probably 2 or 3 times a day when I was studying here. So I asked them, and first of all, they came up with some pretty good answers. They were like, in our country, like out of the lots of people who apply to get into medical school in their country, maybe only 1 or 2% of the individuals who apply to actually get in. So it's almost impossible to get into med school in their own home country. But they said if they come to, Davao City, more specifically, they have a university here called the Davao Medical School Foundation, DMSF, which is known for, graduating doctors. More specifically, they said when we come here to this school, number one, the tuition is cheap for them in relation to studying in their own home country. And also they were like, it's easy for them to get in. The exam is not too difficult and everything works out that way. So we have a bunch. And when I say a lot of individuals from India living in the Philippines right now for their studies, we have a lot. I sometimes see more of them than I see locals, in some instances. And it's funny, but it's real. Davao City has definitely become Little India. And I'm being sincere when I say this and laughing at the same time because, near the school, if you guys know where DMSF is, I know a lot of you guys don't, but if you ever come here and you ever drive by Davao Medical School Foundation, you will notice, I should say, a lot of Indian cuisine stores or stalls for food, for spices or whatever. You'll see a lot of that stuff opening up. You'll see a lot of Indian cuisine stores, food, like restaurants opening up in the city now. And that right there let me further know that they definitely have a stamp or a, they have their claim here in Davao, whether you want to believe it or not, or whether you want to accept it or not. And for those of them that are not here for their studies, I've seen individuals here who work. Most of them have the job of being like loan officers. What they do is if you are part of if you have a business, like maybe you're a market vendor or something like that and you need a loan, you can just call them and they'll give you a loan and you'll just pay every day maybe 50 pesos or something, or like 100 pesos a week, and depending on how much you got loaned and how long the loan's gonna be for the term or whatever. You come up with an agreement amongst them. So a lot of them have that particular business here in the Philippines. Is it registered? Probably not, but in the interest of everything being said, they're creating their own wealth within the country. You feel me? And I like that, and I gotta respect that, which is why I can honestly say that Davao City has definitely become Little India, in my opinion. Ain't nothing wrong with it. No racial slur mention or anything like that. It's not meant to be a racist video. A lot of people would probably take it that way, but definitely I can see the trend and the direction in which things are going in this particular moment in time, and Davao is definitely trending towards the Indian culture and the individuals in that particular culture. You know, the foods, things like that. You know, you have to have a dominant stamp in a particular area for them to open up restaurants that serve your local cuisine, or your, the local cuisine from your own home country. You know, you definitely have to be there definitely has to be something there, in my opinion. So with that being said, if you've ever been in Davao, if you've noticed this yourself, by all means, leave the comment down below if you guys were interested in the video. Just wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys. Nothing too intense or anything like that. It may not be educational, but it's definitely something that I felt would just be, something to talk about. And with that being said, Dr. Mike is officially out. Alis nako paalam, which means I'm going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.